It was a cold, foggy night on June 11th, 1962. Three men silently moved through the shadows of Alcatraz Island, the most secure federal prison in America. Frank Morris, John Anglin, and Clarence Anglin had spent months preparing for this moment, meticulously crafting tools, studying guard routines, and plotting every detail of their escape. By the time morning arrived, the cells were empty. The three men had vanished without a trace. There was no sign of struggle, no bodies found in the frigid waters, and no evidence to suggest whether they had survived or perished. Authorities were baffled, and the public was captivated. How could anyone disappear from a place deemed escape-proof? This night would ignite one of the most enduring mysteries in American criminal history. Alcatraz, a small rocky island located just over a mile offshore from San Francisco, was considered the most secure prison in the nation, surrounded by cold, treacherous waters and strong currents. It housed the most dangerous criminals, bank robbers, murderers, and repeat escapees. Its isolation, combined with concrete cells, tight security, and vigilant guards, gave the island a reputation as inescapable. The island's layout included narrow corridors, barred windows, a central dining hall, and observation towers. Guards patrolled both the interior and exterior round the clock. The surrounding waters, fed by the San Francisco Bay, were cold, unpredictable, and swift. Anyone attempting escape faced not only the prison's internal security, but also the perils of nature itself. Frank Morris, a 35-year-old, with high intelligence and an unusual knack had been imprisoned multiple times for bank robberies and other felonies. His calm demeanor, resourcefulness, and ability to improvise under pressure made him a natural leader. John and Clarence Anglin, brothers in their late 20s, were similarly cunning and physically adept. John, 31, was tall and lean with a quick mind and steady hands. Clarence, 28, was more muscular, with sharp instincts and an uncanny ability to work with tools. Together, the trio formed a team capable of orchestrating one of the most sophisticated escapes in history. The planning was intricate and long-term. Using spoons, improvised drills, and other everyday items, they gradually widened the ventilation ducts in their cells. They collected scraps of raincoats, cardboard, and other materials, carefully assembling a raft capable of carrying them across the bay. Even the dummy heads they created were extraordinary in their realism. Using hair stolen from the prison barber shop and paper, MCH, they fashioned heads with paint to resemble flesh tones. Every detail was deliberate. Painted eyes, realistic eyebrows, and even the appearance of strands of hair. The heads were positioned in their beds during nightly counts, fooling the guards into thinking the prisoners were asleep. On the night of June 11th, 1962, the three men executed their plan. Moving quietly through the cells, they used the air vents to navigate the corridors. Maurice, small in stature but quick and precise, led the way, followed closely by the Anglin brothers. The climb up to the roof was tense. They avoided creaking floors and dimly lit areas. At the roof, they carried their raft in pieces, assembling it on the rocky shoreline. The cold wind whipped across their faces, the fog swirling around them, making the night both silent and treacherous. Once the raft was in place, they inflated it using raincoat material and paddled toward the mainland. The waters were frigid, estimated at 53 degrees Fahrenheit, with strong currents and waves that could easily capsize the raft. The trio had no room for error. Despite the danger, they paddled with determination. The dark silhouette of the island receded, the city lights of San Francisco faintly visible through the fog. Their disappearance was nearly perfect. No one saw them leave. No alarms were triggered during the crucial moments of the escape. By morning, the guards began the routine head. The dummy heads were in place, each one carefully positioned in the bed, seemingly asleep. When they realized the real inmates were gone, panic spread through the prison. Guards scoured the corridors, searched the roof, and even sent patrols along the shoreline. The authorities quickly realized that the escape had been planned with extreme precision. Footprints along the shore, fragments of raincoat from the raft, and disturbed vegetation indicated the direction the men had taken. Yet no bodies were found. The FBI immediately launched one of the largest manhunts in American history. Investigators examined every detail: tide charts, weather conditions, and the physical capabilities of the prisoners. Letters allegedly sent by the Anglins years later hinted at survival, but authenticity was never confirmed. Over time, numerous sightings of the men were reported, from Canada to South America. Some claimed the Anglin brothers were seen in remote towns, living quiet lives under assumed identities. Morris's trail, however, vanished entirely. The escape from Alcatraz has inspired countless theories. Many experts argue that survival was unlikely due to the bay's frigid temperature, strong currents, and heavy clothing. Others contend that their preparation, careful planning, makeshift raft, and knowledge of tides gave them a real chance to survive. Some believe accomplices awaited on the mainland to provide immediate assistance. Others suggest that the men faked their deaths entirely, living under new identities. Whatever the truth, Alcatraz stands as a symbol of both confinement and human ingenuity. The tale of Morris and the Anglin brothers captures the imagination, highlighting the audacity and skill required to challenge what was thought impossible. The legend of their escape continues to fascinate, a story of mystery, daring, and the relentless question: did they truly survive?